Here's the thing that nobody tells you before you write an offer on an acreage in the Texas Hill Country. The house is the easy part.
The water, the septic, the road, and the zoning, now that's where people get surprised. Sometimes by tens of thousands of dollars.
This video is the reality check we wish every acreage buyer got before they fell in love with the view.
But first, we are Drake and Michelle Carter, the Carter team with Keller Williams Heritage. We're your local guides, realtors to all things New Braunfels and the surrounding areas. We work acreage deals all the time all over the Hill Country. Today, we're walking you through the 5 things that separate a dream acreage purchase from a year of regret.
First off, let's talk about water. If you're moving from a city, you've never thought about where your water comes from. On Hill Country acreage, that changes. Most parcels outside the Canyon Lake Water Service, Crystal Clear Sud, and a few other utility districts run on private wells. In the Texas Hill Country, you're typically drilling from 300 to 700 feet to get to reliable water. Wells can typically run from $30,000 to $60,000 depending on depth, casing, pump, pressure tank, and all the turnkey necessities. If the property already has a well, 3 things to verify before you do close. First is flow rate. A well producing 3 gallons per minute supports a good household. Under 1 gallon per minute starts to cause problems during a drought. Under half a gallon, well, then you're getting into water hauling lifestyle. Second is water quality testing. Limestone wells often have high mineral content. A basic water panel runs a few $100s and should happen in the option period to give you a full overview of what's in the water. And third is drought resilience. The Edwards Aquifer, which many Hill Country wells tap, has been stressed in successive drought years. Maybe consider rain catch systems in conjunction with the water well.
Now, if the well fails, you're looking at drilling a new one, a more expensive one because you've already built the home, or hauling water roughly $150 to $400 per delivery.
Second is septic. Same situation. If you're outside a utility district, you're going to have a septic system. There are 2 main types of septics in the Hill Country. We have conventional anaerobic, which is older, simpler, uses a drain field, and aerobic, which is newer, required on most new builds since the early 2000s, and uses spray heads and requires power. Aerobic septic installs are running anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, and then you have to have an annual maintenance contract required by TCEQ, and they can run anywhere from $200 to $400 a year. And then pumping every 3 to 5 years runs anywhere from $400 to $700.
Okay, so here's what people miss. Aerobic systems are sized to the house. If you buy a 3-bedroom acreage home and plan to add 2 more bedrooms later on, the existing septic may not be permitted for the expansion. That triggers a new permit, possibly upsizing the system and possibly a different layout. Now, during the inspection, pay for a septic inspection, by the way, by a licensed installer. Those typically can cost between $300 and $500 and are worth every penny. Next up, let's talk about zoning, roads, and easements. Unincorporated, Comal, Kendall, and Blanco counties mostly do not have city-style zoning. That sounds liberating, and it is, but it also means your neighbor's activity is not zoning protected.
3 things to pull up during option period. First, deed restrictions. Even without county zoning, most acreage subdivisions have recorded deed restrictions from the developer. Minimum square footage, no mobile homes, no short-term rentals, pet limits. Get a copy. Second, road maintenance agreements. If you have private roads, they're different from county roads and they have different responsibilities. If your property is on a private road, the road maintenance agreement tells you who pays to regrade it, to patch it, and to keep culverts clear. If there's no agreement, every pothole could become a fight. Third is easements. Gas line, water line, utility access, easements to neighbor parcels. Pull the survey and read it. Next up is utilities and connectivity. The honest answer, fiber internet exists in some Hill Country pockets, like Vintage Oaks, Cordillera Ranch, growing corridors near 281 and 46, but not everywhere. On true acreage, you may be fixed to wireless, Starlink, or DSL. Electric service is typically per Denala's Electric Co-op, GVEC, or some similar co-op. Reliable, but rural. Outages during storm are longer than city outages.
Natural gas usually doesn't reach rural acreage. Most homes run on propane. A 500-gallon propane tank fill in 2026 runs roughly $1,000 to $1,800, depending on the price of the propane and how much the tank is needed. Verify in the seller's disclosure whether the tank is owned or leased.
Last up, and the one most buyers skip, the real cost beyond the mortgage. Let's pull numbers on a $900,000 acreage home in Comal County at, let's say, 3 acres. Property tax at roughly 1.7%, It's around $1,200 to $1,300 a month. Homeowner insurance on a $900,000 Hill Country home, say $250 to $500 a month, depending on your carrier. Propane fills for heat and hot water, let's say $150 to $300 a month average. Septic maintenance, contract and pumping, $40 to $60 a month averaged. Well maintenance reserve, $50 to $100 a month. To build a fund for pump replacement every 10 to 15 years. Then we talk about private road maintenance and share, if applicable. You're talking $20 to $200 a month, depending on the agreement. Realistically, that could add anywhere from $700 to $2,500 a month in true cost of ownership on top of the mortgage and taxes. Most city relocators don't underwrite this into their decision.
So if you are seriously looking at acreage in the Hill Country and want a property-specific checklist before you write an offer, please reach out to us at the Carter team at Keller Williams Heritage. We'll walk you through a well report, a septic report, the deed restrictions, the road agreement, and the true monthly cost on a specific address.
Link is in the description. Subscribe for more of these, and see you in the next one.